And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another weekly review with The Robot, brought to you by the Movie Pope. And here he is, bolts and nuts akimbo, The Robot.
I've reviewed a lot of movies on this show, and for the most part, I've been able to follow along with the story and vibe with what the characters are doing. Sometimes I'm on board, other times I have to respectfully disagree. Big emphasis on respectfully, by the way. But when it comes to this movie, For Feathers from 2002, it's one hot mess. What exactly is going on here? There's a war, a dude likes a chick who may or may not be into him, and there's another dude who wants the chick so he does something and then this happens. Oh, and there are other people involved who may or may not be pivotal. What, seriously? Bro, we're intimately familiar with how directors use excessive special effects to divert our attention from a lackluster plot and characters who are as flat as a supermodel's belly, but I've never seen art direction used to accomplish the same task. They throw you into British high society and fill it with all this Victorian bling and hope you're distracted. But let me tell you, a fancy Victorian ballroom and fancy shots of the desert doesn't have the same pizzazz as an explosion in the middle of Los Angeles. That is one compliment I will give Michael Bay. So if you're watching this, Mikey boy, lap it up, because this is first and last time I'm ever gonna pay you a genuine compliment. Anywho, now that's out of the way, let's try to figure what the heck this movie is all about. Who would have thought that For Feathers would freak someone out so much? Harry Faversham is just phoning it in, never really sold on the army life like his old man. When he learns his regiment is going to be shipped off to Sudan, he turns tail and runs, and even has the audacity to tell his fiancée Heath that he didn't quit the army for her. Wow, what a complete moron. I get that this is gonna annoy Dad, but telling your wife-to-be that you're yellow and you're resigning your commission for every other reason except love. Harry, you are not the brightest, that's for sure, but the aristocracy isn't renowned these days for being sharp. Anyway, he managed to get out and go back to civilian life. Then he does the second dumbest thing ever and decides to go to Sudan anyway and save his friends. I mean, props for thinking about your brothers in arms, but what a roundabout way of doing this. If he was gonna go to Sudan anyway, he could have just stayed in the army, pretended to be dead, disguise himself as an Arab, get conscripted as a member of the labor force, and then do all the rescuing like normal. Maybe he got concussed during that rugby game and scrambled his brains. At least if he was in the army, he'd be an officer, you know? So, after Harry ditches his friends because he's too much of a yellow belly and has a change of heart, he and his comrade Abu follow the rebels to see what they're up to. We get these magnificent shots of the desert, which is nice, but it can get repetitive. Anyway, what seems like something out of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Harry and Abu figure out that the Mahdi's soldiers have overrun the fort and taken over, and the relief column on its way is marching into a trap. When they try to warn the reinforcements of the trap, it doesn't go down too well and they find out the hard way. There's nothing more frustrating when someone tries offering you intel and you're too pig-headed to heed it. Even if you suspect it's a trap, it's still worth looking into. I feel pretty bad for Abu. He and Harry build rapport throughout the film and they develop an affinity for each other, even going so far as to rescue Harry when things get hairy. Although, one thing confounds me is in the beginning when the patrol captures the sniper and it looks like Abu, but then we see Abu again. So is it Abu or just the movie telling this story in a roundabout and convoluted manner? Wouldn't put it past them. But Abu was my favorite and I could totally track with his motives. He doesn't give two sticks about the British, but he does it because Harry is determined to get the word out. Isn't that a true friend right there? As you might have guessed by now, I'm not too big on love stories. They just get in the way, you know? And here, it definitely gets in the way, because it adds absolutely nothing to the story apart from making Harry and Jack diss each other because they both like the same girl. How predictable. Kate Hudson is out of her element here. Sure, she does romance, but it's more screwball comedy, flirting with the hot guy with the six-pack ABS kinda deal. The serious period piece where she has to tone down her sunny SoCal attitude is just plain weird. It's like Jennifer Aniston doing dramas. Sure, she can do it, but that doesn't mean she should. And Kate's English accent is as convincing as the Iranian ceasefire. Hey yo. But jokes aside, the love story here doesn't make Harry any more likable. He's already risking life and limb traversing war-torn Sudan to save his buds. We don't need anything else. This movie makes absolutely no sense. The only thing that I could process was when it was released. 2002 was a weird time in American history, and to have British troops go into Sudan and get the Black Hawk Down treatment wasn't on the nose one bit. Nobody was reading too much into that. This is one of those film adaptations that should have remained a treatment. Maybe it would have worked in the 20th century, but the movie-going audience has grown more sophisticated since then, and besides, this movie didn't make the careers of the lead actors. Kate Hudson would go on to do other things. And Heath Ledger would go on to do Brokeback Mountain and then reach his pinnacle as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Even A Knight's Tale was better than this dreck. The characters act too noble for their own good, even to the point of idiocy. The female love interest can't decide on who she fancies, and Harry's redemption arc takes the most circuitous route possible to accomplish something that could have been done had he just stayed in the army. But hey, that's Victorian literature for you. Not personally a fan of it, and frankly, I can see why no one reads that nonsense. It's even worse when put on celluloid. Thanks for watching, and if you don't mind, please leave us a like. It helps a lot. And while you're at it, subscribe so you never miss an episode drop. This is the Robot signing off.